Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. Let's continue with the overview of what's going on in the Central Plains. Let me fix this assignment first. Okay, let's do this. Fealty, yes, we will always do that. And this guy, sure, training is always good. And this person needs help. So, another one. So it's kind of hard to. Anyway, it's always good. Let's train. Let's continue to train our troops. Training our troops is always good. So, like, okay. The other thing I might not have explained very clearly was that as the officers gain more experience, they gain ranks. We need a rank 5 to qualify for a governor position. So in the early part of the game, while the ministers require maybe a rank, maybe I'm not very sure. Some of them based on abilities, they can be ministers based on abilities, and definitely once they hit around, all of them start at rank 9, and they go up by become rank 8, 7, 6, 5. So it's the reverse. It's not the bigger the number, the worse off they are. So the rank 9 is the lowest bottom number. So I think we have hit October, or we're going through another. Okay, we're getting more trading posts. You saw that part of the city developing, so that's where the trading post is coming up. So as they grow up in rank, I think so that's why after first or second year, even rank 9 officers can now become ministers. So, and then the ministers, since they are there, they're similar to the overseer. The ministers gain some level of, share some of the experience every time you allow their recommendations to go through, or you enact, or you go through with their recommendations and get an appointed officer to accomplish a task that they recommended. And so that way they're always going up in rank, or they go up in rank much faster. So sometimes it is it makes sense to. And what I'm trying to get at is that you can send, or we can send our officers to. Okay, they're now. What are these guys doing? Oh, okay. Sun is trying to take over Guangling, and so, in other words, the officers that you previously used as prime ministers or ministers can, once they hit, they'll have a higher chance of getting to rank 5 faster. So you can reassign them to governor positions and replace them with lower ranked officers to continue with to be able to maximize use of your officers rather. I think maybe I wasn't too clear. Anyway, the process. Okay. So that's a point that I did not go into detail about. So ministers grow faster, and therefore they are eligible for, once they hit rank 5, they are eligible to become governors. So it's always it always makes sense to check if your ministers have reached the ability to become governors. It's easier to replace ministers with other officers rather than, because reaching rank 5 takes some time. Okay, again, the training grounds. Anything that reduces time. So most of our cities are now they're developing pretty well. So they're getting to the point where they're no longer low prosperity. Oh, sure, we will do this. Oops. Okay. We'll have a new crop of kids coming of age pretty soon. Okay, maybe it's a good time if we go check to see. Oh, okay. Let's see if what they have for sale. Might be a good thing to check. This is D-pad, right, to move around within the city. So investigate, buy, visit, buy specialty item. Let's see what he has. Arrow, Analects. Oh, Analects are good. We have 12,500 funds. I think Analects has some of these, like the arrows. They're like low-end items. I'm hoping one way that I do when I'm playing the game on my own is that I save the game first and then buy the items. And because some of these items, like this Analect, I believe has special abilities. So let's confirm. Let's buy that. Anyway, just for this, and then let us left trigger, and it will show our current force. D-pad down to our current force and go to the specialty item. And so these are the items that we have. Remember, we were given a lot of stuff by people in the past, by grateful citizens of our city. So we just bought Analects. So this is one of the rare items that gives a +7 to intelligence and +1 to virtue. So all the other items that we got freebies, meaning from our grateful citizens or population, they don't have this. So that's why it's good to check with the merchant once in a while. The flip side is that we do also want to control the amount of money we're spending. The reason being that sometimes a weapon that comes along that has really, really good stats, like this one. This one is good for intelligence. And so items that are good for stats have a very high impact on increasing the level of loyalty of low loyalty officers. So especially if it's in the battle environment, meaning if the stat it affects is the fighting ability. Wow, those we really want, because they make our generals that much more capable, and so it makes a lot of sense to reserve our money and buy those things. So not only will they make our generals very happy, but also we make them a lot more effective in the battlefield. And the stats in this game, well, although they're not as important as numbers, but well, they're still pretty good. It's also pretty good to maintain good stats. So we don't need to give her anything because I think she's pretty good. Oh, I mean, she's pretty loyal at this point in time. These are our own officers. Let's go check. See, so the Sun family. The Sun family is the typical behavior, shows the typical behavior of the AI. So if they have the advantage, they will attack, and they will attack incessantly. And that is why scenario 6 is one I never played. I never tried, rather, because I doubt if it might just be a painful exercise. Well, ooh. So the Liu Yan and the Sun family are very, very... Wow.
我收到了报告。这样便可。
At this point of the story, I mean, in terms of
我收
history,
到了报告。
big name, which I mentioned before, was that big name generals or becoming warlords are present in all these three, what do you call this? All three, three segments of the Central Plains conflict. The Liu has the Liu Bei, Guan Yu, and Zhang Fei, the three heroes that will later be the Shu Empire. And then the Sun, of course, will be the Wu Empire. And Cao Cao and the Yuan family are currently working for the emperor, and they, or Cao Cao, will become the Wei Empire. So those three main families are being presented here as being very aggressive, very wait, let's see, aggressive. Let's go farm.
这样便可。
So that's why at this part of the story, the Liu, the Shu are super aggressive. And they have the generals to back them up. But that's basically the reason too. Okay, let's go domestic commerce. Let's oh no, this guy's a soldier. Let's go military. Train. So it takes a while to develop our abilities, and the reason the commerce and the agriculture seems to develop pretty fast is because we have a lot of generals dedicated to those areas. We haven't been doing a lot of training. So, and if we're working with, let's say, like low stats officers, oh, they take a lot longer. So right now
就是这样啊，大恩大德，按仗义得目。打扰了，
没问题。
Sure.
我有话要说。当然，好吧。
And then those empty cities, right? So it's interesting. That's why, you know, if we were the player, or if we were the Liu player, I thought they did take Guanling earlier. If we were the human player, we would have taken the empty cities, right? Because they are much easier to do, or to take over rather than like this. Like Liu, we would have taken this city, like Pingyuan, and this city on top, because they offer ready troops. Like here, the troops there are like 17,000 troops over here, and
结果就是这样。
And in Pingyuan, there's 16,000 troops. So, well, but that's the computer. They're trying to follow history. So.
我收到了报告。
Okay, let's go to reduce short work.
愿效犬马之劳。
Cool. We're getting a whole new crop of kids. Now I will have to redistribute them so that they are pretty well. Well, there are some cities that are really short on officers. But I think I will do them off screen because you know, moving them around it's a slow effort trying to balance out the cities. is it, makes sense, but it's a slow process because I want to see who has what stats and move them to areas that where they will be the most effective. And so right now, let's just continue with the game and see how it progresses. Okay.
您还好吗？
没问题。
Whoa, what happened? Oh, we ran out of officers. That's why, there were 2 requests coming through. And we can afford to be a little casual in this game because we're playing the easiest scenario. So I'm waiting for the major events to happen. Maybe I think the next major event will be in 190 or year 190. We are 3 years away, so very likely it might actually be 189 either too. I think 189. See, using this guy to placate or to commerce, not a good idea. So let's go down to 80. I almost wasted money here.
当然，好吧。
He has such low stats, but anyway, since we have the gold to oh, there's a way to also see the overall view of L2 will show like a synopsis of like current force. I thought there's one that shows chart main character. Okay, so the chart shows our again L2 and right stick moves us back. So these are all the connections that we have. So we can visit all of these. So we can come over here and go forward. So these are people. This represents the Han Emperor surrounded by Hejin, and all of the generals that are in the Han Empire. This is partially shows the Gongsun Zan. He is in the northeast, and this is the Liu family, where we have the where Guan Yu, Liu Bei, and Zhang Fei are. So we have the most officers at this point in time. Who's this guy? Oh, Dong Zhuo. He is in the far northwest. So these represents the powers. So Zhang, this is the Yellow Turban Rebellion. And so these are all the parties that are currently. This is the Sun family. So these are all the families on the map, and it shows the influence or interconnections among the warlord and us and their own subordinate officers. So I guess it might be a good place to stop here. Thank you for joining me, and I enjoyed showing this to you, playing this with you, and also I hope you guys will join me in my next episode. Thank you, and bye!